We're going to be talking about the Dhuni at Meherabad today. The best way to do that was to start with Baba's poem about the Dhuni that he wrote himself, and this translation was done by Padri. O Dhuni of Meherabad, how can I express in words your qualities? My pen is utterly incapable. Your flaming mercy descends on all, that wondrous gift to mankind. To quench your glowing flames, Yazdan himself sent cooling rain. Thus he bestowed on you the honor to keep on giving relief to the thousands, to keep on blessing the helpless. May you keep on bestowing your grace on the ones who yearn to receive it. A wali is a man of God. Your qualities are like a wali, dual. Those who merge in you become like you. Marvelous is your glory, wonderful your nature. Capable you are of making life blossom. Capable you are indeed of uprooting the tree of life. You have both the power of making things flourish and also die. Both are your blessings. You'll cook 100 victuals for that one who tends you, but you'll make that one suffer who annoys you. A wali has queer blemishes. A wali has a queer conflict. A wali has these dual qualities of either preserving or destroying. O Dhuni of Meherabad, Nagar would have been arid without water. Observing the situation, you acted and relieved farmers' worries. You hardened in the form of fire. You melted in the form of water. You gave warmth to the near ones, and you made the world happy. Remain always surrendered to Baba. Pay homage always to your Guru. Brave are those who serve at the feet of the Satguru. Limitless is your glory, O Dhuni. Only Rishis and Munis can understand your qualities. You put Bairam the fire to sleep, and you made the clouds weep. The clouds melted because of your flames and wetted my shirt and coat. You are the real slave of the Sadguru. Remain always near him. Difficult it became for the famine to exist. It got frightened. You really are the true slave of your master. You are my fiery staff, performing your duties through my order of mercy. Jai Baba.
Adi Sachetan Shanti Niketan Adi.
The poem I read first to start things off regarding the Dhuni is a poem that was written by Meher Baba. The translation that I read was done by Padri. What had happened was I was looking through a Globe magazine. I'd always been fascinated with the Dhuni, attracted to the Dhuni, and there was this poem by Baba about the Dhuni. And it had both the Devanagari script and the English translation done by Adi K. Irani. So I took it to Padri and I said, what do you know about this? And then Padri said, oh, yes, the old man told us all to write a ghazal about the Dhuni. And he said, and then the next day he said, when we read them, Rustam, Adi's brother, came first, and I came second. But Baba said, you're all mad, let me write my own. So then Baba wrote that ghazal. And Padri said, give that to me, let me do the translation. And that was what I just read. About 2 years later, he came to me and he handed me this poem by Francis Barabazan called The True Teacher, and said, read this also at every Dhuni. There was an occasion where, after I'd been doing that for about 3 or 4 years, that I thought people must be bored with this. You know, it was the summertime. There were only about 4 or 5 residents here for the Dhuni. It was very small, and I thought, all these people have heard it so many times, maybe I won't read The True Teacher. I'll just read Baba's poem. So I did that, and Padri was sitting and said, Mister, where's that other poem I gave you? I told you to read it at every Dhuni. I said, oh, but Padri, I thought people might be tired of it. He said, go to your room and get it and come back here and read it. I said, okay. So this is the Francis poem. The True Teacher by Francis Barabazan. The true teacher is that one who, having no need to come, for my sake came. Having no need to remain, for my sake remains. And who, having no need to go, will for my sake go. who rocks me to sleep and at the same time awakens me, makes me blind and at the same time sharpens my sight, and removes my ignorance by making me know nothing, who without admonition makes me aware of my shortcomings, without urging me to effort, awakens and sustains my interest, and rewards me without letting my ego become inflated, who puts on a coat when it is cold and takes it off when it is hot, satisfies hunger and thirst in the same way as I do, but does not sleep as I sleep, but watches for me my sleeps of unconsciousness, who in every way in everyday life acts like an ordinary man, is easily pleased and hurt, but being beyond pleasure and pain, suffers as no one else can suffer, and whose bliss shines through his suffering, who is the father of children he has never begotten, the mother who never brought forth with labor, the brother and friend who sees no one but himself, who is the goal and its revelation and the pathway to it, and the path treader who treads no path any whither, because he is where he is and has never been anywhere else, who in fact is the supreme reality, but appears to my eyes as very man, to my mind as rightness, and to my heart as the ineffable beloved who may be approached and attained. Jai Baba.
मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु.
There's a lot of information about the Dhuni that's recorded in various books and on the internet. How it started 10th of November in 1925 when the farmers came because of the drought asking Baba to do something about the drought for their crops. And Baba told them to light the Dhuni, and then it rained heavily, and the Dhuni was then associated with actually rain for a few years. And then finally Baba came back and told the Mandali to light the Dhuni on the 12th of every month, which they did. And they said, someone commented, they said, Baba, isn't this a ritual? And Baba said, no, this is for my work now. This is for my work. So the poem that Baba wrote, I would like everyone to notice that although there are occasions where Baba told people to embody some desire or some problem they had in the sandalwood stick when they bestow it to the Dhuni, in his poem, there's no reference to anything like that at all. But the most interesting thing to me about the poem that Baba himself wrote is he refers to the Dhuni as a wali. Your qualities are like a wali. He actually says the Dhuni is like a being. It's like a being on the fifth plane. Now, what does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Does it mean that it's Baba stationed on the fifth plane? Does it mean that it's just the fifth plane in an uncontained state? I'm not sure what it means. But what's interesting to me is that in Baba's poem, there's no reference to the Dhuni being like a sanskaric trash can. It's actually talked about as if it were a revered soul, an advanced soul. But he does say in his poem, that to be respectful of the Dhuni. So I think that that's something that everyone could really pay attention to. It's a fifth plane saint. How would you approach a fifth plane saint? With great respect. He also says it can ruin you or it can make you thrive. It can do either. That's the qualities of a Dhuni, of a wali. So let's see, what else would be in? There were things about showing respect to the Dhuni that Padre emphasized to us. He emphasized facing the samadhi when you bowed down to the Dhuni. He emphasized never pointing your feet toward the Dhuni. When you were seated on the platform, always have your legs folded. If someone pointed their feet to the Dhuni, Padre would go over and give their leg a little nudge and say, be respectful, mister. And he always, you know, with the drought at Meherabad, bathing was something you didn't do frequently. I mean, sometimes every 2 days, sometimes there were periods where we did bathing every 3 days. But Padri would always bathe before approaching the Dhuni. And I always felt it was a sign of his great respect for the Dhuni. Once Erich, someone asked Erich about what is the meaning of the Dhuni, and he's recorded. There are recordings of him saying this, and it's also written on the net that he says things like this. But one of the things that isn't recorded anywhere, he talks about it as being with the perfect masters or with the man who goes out into the woods. But what I loved was he referred to it as the companion of the spiritual man. The fire is the companion. Again, referring to it almost as if it were a being. It had a personality. The companion of the master. He also told how once Baba told him, in a previous age, not in this age of the Dutya-yug, Shanti-yug, and etc., and Kali-yuga, but in a different age. He said, my job, I came as avatar, and the only thing I had to do was sit in the forest and feed a fire. And that's all I did for the entire Advent. He said it was a wonderful Advent, Erich had said. So fire is a big deal in this Maya, in this illusion. Fire is a big deal. It consumes, it's a means of sacrifice. It has a lot of attributes. And Agni, the god of fire, was sort of the original god before the pantheon of Hindu gods became so prolific. So what else to say? I know as a resident of Meherabad for the last 44 years that I feel something special and something personal and intimate and uplifting every single Dhuni I've ever attended. It has never been mechanical for me. It never seems like just one more Dhuni. It is always special. It is always something rare and wonderful. Something which humbles me and binds me to my beloved is when I think of the things that he actually left for me. He left his samadhi for me. He has nothing to gain. The only one who can gain something is his lover when he comes there. He left Meherabad for his lovers. He left the Dhuni for us. What does that mean? Where will it go? What is the benefit? I don't know. But the thing is, he actually made that for us, for me. When I approach, it's for me. He left Myrtle Beach Center for his lovers. He left Avatar's Abode for his lovers. These are not to be taken lightly. It behooves us to revere these things and avail ourselves to his wish for us in relationship to what he's left for us. I think that is it. It's never just, nothing is happenstance with Baba, nothing. Absolutely everything each individual experiences is specifically designed for them. It's for them, it's for me, it's for you. How you experience it, how you see it, is carefully, artistically created specially for you by him. It's not by chance.
बने आरती जीवन मेरा बने आरती जीवन मेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा खुले नयन में छा जाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन